Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, I just want to say if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in the bio section of social media. The whole purpose of these weekly recaps is to help you learn and understand why I took the trades I did, what my mindset was, and what I was looking for and stuff like that. So this is how you learn, and if you want to learn and get better, this is what you need to watch, these weekly recaps. So that said, I did finish the week with 14 wins, 7 losses. Not that great of a week. My win rate was 66.67%, below my 80% goal per week. But this week was really, really choppy, and it is what it is. I don't really seem to do too well during choppy weeks, so I did recognize it was very choppy, and I made some adjustments throughout the week. So well, with that said, you can go on Twitter and you can see the timestamps of the calls of the trades I made for the week, so that way you can see what the timestamps are. Also in the room, I post trade ideas before the trades, before I even go into the trades. 90% of the time I take the trades. Once in a while I will post the idea but won't take the trade because of something like there's been a couple times where I'll post an idea and like I think one of them was I had cat calls, and I was really looking at that, but SPY was going down, and I don't like going against the market. So sometimes circumstances happen, and I just my gut tells me, my instincts tell me not to take it. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not touching it. So, but the idea is, if you want to take it, somebody else wants to take it, that's on you. That's your prerogative. So with that said, I'll start with the trades for the week. Okay, on Monday I had 5 trades, 3 wins, 2 losses, and BA is my first one. Now I can already see that you look at that and on Monday, like it just got against me. We went against me. I mean, I had a small win and I had a loss, but I'll get into that in a second. But one of the things I look at on BA is BA has been having these every time it pops, it ends up losing almost all its gains. So that's what I look at, and you can just see it on the hourly on the left, that every time it pops, lost its gains, lost it here. I could go on and on and on and on, and just every time it pops, it loses its gains. I was kind of thinking it was going to do this right here, down here. So what I was looking at open was if it got below the 237 area, I was going to take it, but I didn't take it until 1011, which is right here. And this is what I was looking for. I had a big run up, 237 to 242. I mean, not that big. I mean, $5. And I saw the red candle, and I was thinking, okay, BA is going to do what it's done 90% of the time for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to pop up and it's going to just dump and lose all its gains. And I did grab the 235 puts. It went from $1.33 to $1.50. So I did know that VWAP was right there. Instead of the bounce, I just got out, small gains. Then I took BA, the same puts again, the 235 puts, but I got them at 1051, which is probably right here. No, right here. Right here. Yeah, okay. As you can see, I grabbed it here. I got that little thing. It popped back up. I tried to break this level and it didn't, so I grabbed it right here. Then it popped up, came back down. I had like a little fake breakout right here. So I was a little worried at a tiny bit, but it was diverging. You can see right here the histogram is going down. It's just trying to go up. So I wasn't too concerned. It popped up, came back down. Then when it broke out again, I just got out right here for my first loss of the day in the week. So this was one of those days. BA just did not lose his gains, but it is what it is. So the next one I had was SPY puts. Now this whole week was so choppy. I mean, it was just ridiculous how choppy it was, and I had to make some adjustments. Now I had the 421 puts on SPY at 11:30 on the 21st, which is right here now. 11:30. Where is that? Right here. Right in here, I grabbed it. Oh yeah, I remember this. It had this 416 pop it open. I mean, obviously it was down at 412, 413. We'll round up 413 to 420. We're talking a 7-point run, and it started to get a little bit of a rounded top coming down. It actually ended up being a little bit of a flag, but I grabbed it right here thinking, okay, $7 run, it's gonna run out, it's running out of gas, it's gonna come back down, try to test the 20 EMA or the VWAP. The 20 EMA is the blue line, VWAP is the dotted white, and it just did not happen. It just stayed sideways and just popped a little bit and never dropped. And I just kept holding it thinking it was going to drop, and it just never did. And then I finally just said, okay. I even got it deep in the money, because at this point in time it was trading at like around, we'll say 420, and I got 421 puts. So I was in the money, thinking, okay, if I get in the money is $1.25. That's pretty cheap. And if SPY goes sideways, that theta won't kill it too much, and if it drops, it should run pretty well. So, but it didn't. It just chopped, and it just went up to 420 when he killed it. So that was a little bit of annoying. And there was so much chop this week. Oh my god! Then I just had to just change how I did things because of the chop. I switched to SPX, and I got at the money, or sometimes in the money SPX, because I mean, the moves were tiny. So I just, SPX will move fast on those tiny moves, especially if you're at the money or in the money. So let's see, the 21st. Now I grabbed SPX. I'm showing SPX, not SPY, because I want to see the numbers. I grabbed SPX at 211, which is right here. I grabbed it right there. As you can see, it's flattening out. Right there. Am I on the right date here? No, I'm not. That's okay. 211. Where are we? Right here. Yeah, right here is where I grabbed it. Right there. I grabbed the 420 to 4220 puts at 310. And you can see right here at this point in time, it's trading at 42.22. So $2 at the money. Small little drop right here. They went from 310 to 385. I mean, that's pretty much what I did most of the week with SPX. I traded mostly SPX because the thing is, most of the stocks were chopping with SPY, and there was one or two runners, but the problem was you had to be right about picking the runners. And to me, it was hard enough dealing with the chop and getting lucky to pick that one or two stocks that ran. And literally, it was one or two, maybe three stocks that were running while everything else was chopping or dropping. So you were basically guessing, and I don't like doing that. I like to try to take positions and try to take trades that I know that the odds are in my favor, and I have a greater chance of actually making money off it. And I'm not about guessing. I'd rather sit on the sidelines and just wait for something to happen. That's just me. And other people, you can guess if you want, and you can trade like that. That's fine, but I'm not going to. So the next one was, I took the 4220 puts again, but this time I took them at 314, which is right here. Now, as you can see, got this little drop right here. Didn't get greedy. I mean, I took it was 75 cents rate. I took you 50 cents plus, get in and out. And I'm glad I did, because it came back up to higher day, and I was able to get the 422 puts again, but cheaper, $1 cheaper at 210, and they went from 210 to 310. So I mean, even if you held back here, you would have been able to get out break even on the previous ones. But I've been knowing this week with chop, just take the $50 you make and just get out. So SPX, the end of the day, saved my day on Monday. So that worked out pretty good. Now, I did make a couple dumb mistakes this week, but I'll get to them when I get to the mistakes. But Tuesday I had, let's see, 1 win and 2 losses. Just had a kind of a terrible week. So, I mean, not every week's going to be great, but let's see, I had 422 puts at 939. Now, I was looking at this from the day before. We had the $7, $8 run up, chop, dropped a little bit in the futures overnight, bounced back up to the level, rejected it. And I was looking at it when it dropped right here, that if it got below this 420, because it waited out the first candle when I got right here, that's where I took it. I took the 939 right here, and let me just make sure I have the right date. Yeah. And I just, when I grabbed it right here, I was like, okay, it's kind of chopping. It's gonna come back down and at least test the 200 EMA. It dropped a little bit. It was green for a little bit, then it just popped back up and it just took off. And I just was like, okay, that was not a very good play. I really thought because of the $8 run, rejecting the 421 level, that the worst case is it comes up to 421, then slams, and it just didn't. It just kept going. It was kind of a crazy week. So then I ended up taking my other loss was Tesla. Now Tesla, I've been taking a lot of losses on Tesla lately too. Let's see. Now Tesla was a legitimate, looked really good at that point in time. Now I grabbed Tesla 580 puts at 239. I grabbed it at 1045, which is right here. Now I'm looking at it from the point of view, it's making a lower high. It's making a descending wedge, just flattening out a little bit right here. And I was thinking, okay, we're gonna drop at this point in time on the 23rd. I was looking at it. If it breaks this 617 level, that we're going to fall. And also I was looking at this too, that get like at a little bit of head and shoulders, a left shoulder head and a slight right shoulder right here. So I was thinking, okay, if it does break below this level of 617, I don't know why I keep saying 617, that it's going to end up collapsing, going to 600 probably. So I was looking at that, and it just did not happen, and it just broke out right there. I don't remember if there was news or not. I don't really remember, but yeah. Even though it did pop up, it actually held its gains pretty well considering. So I did take a loss on that. Then I ended up taking SPX puts at 332, end of the day play on the 23rd. This one was actually a good play. Right here, I grabbed it at 332, right when it had this red candle right there. I grabbed the 42.55 puts at 920, and obviously they were very expensive, and they went to 1370. So that was a nice little $4 plus profit right there. So that worked out really well. That saved my day again. SPX has just been saving my neck all day, and I had a swing at Roku. I should have just cut my losses and just. It was just dumb. That was one of the dumb things I just did. And what day was this? The 22nd. I got the Roku puts at 11:35, which is right here. I think it's let's see. At 22nd, 11:35, right here. Right in here, I grabbed it. And at this point in time, it's right here, and it just, I was thinking, okay, one of the things I was thinking, it went from 330 to, at this point in time, it's at 400. Make sure I get the right day. 22nd. Yeah, it's a little over 400, and it's a $70 move in just a few days, and that's just, to me, that's just really massive. And it just keeps going. It just kept going and going and going. The FOMO was just ridiculous on Roku. So yeah, that was one of the dumb things I did. I should have cut my losses, but I was looking at it from the point of view, it went up $70. I mean, if it chopped a little, I was fine. I was hoping for maybe a gap down the next day and a $20 drop. I mean, look at this. It has a nice massive pop and just loses it all. And the Roku has nice massive drops when it starts getting selling momentum, and it just didn't. So it just gapped up. Well, not gapped up. It just took off at open. It just, I don't know. That was very frustrating. Roku was just very annoying to look at all week long. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, and then it ended up actually going $100 in a week, and that's just ridiculous. So I'll be watching Roku next week. Hopefully, time it better, make better judgments on it, and stuff like that. But then on the 23rd, which was what, Wednesday? I don't even know what day I'm on. Yeah, Wednesday. Now, Cat was something I've been watching for a long time. Well, not a long time, for at least a week. Now, I grabbed it 946 right here. I grabbed the 217.50 calls on 91 cents, and it popped. It went from 91 cents to $1.58. I mean, one of the things I was looking at watching it right here over the 212, and it missed it for some reason. I didn't take it here on Monday. I'm not sure what SPY was doing on Monday, but I didn't take it there. I think that let's see, is this Monday? Yeah, it was the opening candle. It just raged. And I don't like taking that first candle, because every time you take the first candle, it ends up being a fake out. So I like waiting out the first 10 minutes. And sometimes with this choppy market, that's the entire move of the day. It's that first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of the day. So, yeah. But yeah, I took it right here over this 214 level. The 217.50 calls from 91 cents to $1.58. So that was a nice little pop right there. I mean, I was looking at this point in time, you have Cat around the 214, and it kind of rejected it here and rejected it right here. But if it got over, it popped up, and if it got over this area right here, I was interested. So that's where I ended up grabbing it. So then I had SPX. Now SPX, like I said, I've been trading the range. This range has just been so narrow. 23rd right there. Pop it right up. Get to the 23rd, which is right here. Okay, I grabbed the 42.45 puts at 11.02, which is, I believe, right here. Now they went from $3.50 to $4.90, so a nice $1.40 move. Now, see, we're at the 42.50, and I grabbed the 42.45, and they went almost in the money right away. I mean, all at 5 points, and you get at the money. They end up going a couple dollars. So that's what I was doing, and it popped back up. I did grab them again, the 42.45 puts again, but I grabbed them at 12.37, which is right here. And I think there was a drop. I grabbed it right away. I got the 290, the 510 in this drop. So that was a nice little play right there. In and out. Don't try to get massive home runs. Then I ended up grabbing the 42.50 puts because it popped back up, and it's staying in this 42.55 and 42.45. I mean, SPY was just staying in a dollar range, so I was just playing the range, and I don't really like playing the range, because if you short right where it gets ready to break out, it could break out and you just get stopped out. I'd rather buy the breakdown, but it's not breaking down; it's staying within the range. So I decided to play the range. So I ended up grabbing the 42.50 puts this time at 218, which is this candle right here. They went from 390 to 750 right there in this little drop. That was well timed. A nice $3. What is it? Yeah, $3 plus, $3.50 plus. Let me check. I don't even know. I gotta check my thing. Let's see. Yeah, $3.60 on that right there, if you held all the way through. So that was my first flawless day, and I think probably a little while. I've been having at least one loser a day, so it's kind of been a very, very infuriating. Then on, let's see, that was Thursday, right? Yeah. Now Friday, had 3 wins, and actually no, this is Thursday right here. Thursday I had 3 wins and 1 loss. Now Thursday I had Roku. Now Roku I did grab right here. Now, like I said, I've been watching Roku for it to pull back. I mean, obviously at this point in time it's at 4:30. and it went from 330. It's a 100-point move in just a week. So I was watching this gap up, and it came back down. As soon as it did, I grabbed it. I grabbed it at 9:45. I grabbed it when it broke down right here. I didn't want to grab it the first candle, because what's been happening is it's been having these massive raging open candles on Roku. Look at that. I mean, every day for the last week, the first candle has been, or even on Friday, a raging green candle. And it just, I just said, nope, I'm going to wait. And I grabbed it right here. So I grabbed the 410 puts at 213, and they went from 213 to 288 in that drop. So that was a nice little drop. I was expecting a bigger drop, but it wasn't. 14. I was also $10, $15 out of the money, and they were at $2 plus. So Roku's puts were pretty expensive. And then I ended up playing SPX again on Thursday. Let's see. And this is the tight range right here. I mean, this range, just ridiculous. The gap ups have been bigger than the actually daily range, which is very, very, very annoying. Okay, I grabbed the 4250 puts at 1052, which is right here, right there. It popped out false breakout, came back down. I grabbed it at the 4250 puts at $4 and went to $5.20 on that drop. I was also looking at it from the point of view we're in a dollar range. So anytime SPY was up $1, I'll bring it to SPY so we can see. I mean, look at this. I mean, SPY is trading within 42.25 to 424.75 to 425.75. We're talking less than $1 range on Thursday. Then on Wednesday with 42.80. 423.90, 424. I mean, you're talking $1.20 move. So I mean, when it started getting into the dollar range, it started pulling back. That's when I started looking at it, saying, okay, I'll try to play the dollar range, and that's what I ended up doing. So on this little drop right here. Now, I had BA next. BA. Sometimes you just gotta alter your strategy and alter your trading based on what's happening, and that's what I was forced to do. I had to trade the range. So SPX saved my days, saved my week, so I'm glad I did that and switched it up. Now BA, I grabbed the 245 puts at 54 cents on right here. Now I grabbed it at what time? 11:38. Oh yeah, I grabbed it right in here. Thinking the same thing I've been thinking all week long. It's popping up. It's starting to show a little bit of weakness right here, a little bit of a rounding top, thinking it was going to end up dropping right here, and at least come to VWAP, lose half its gains, if not all of it, do the traditional BA move, lose all its gains, or at least most of it. It did not. It flagged. It popped. So I grabbed the 245 puts at 54 cents, which were pretty cheap. Considering, and I got out, with a loss, small loss of 34 cents, only a 20-cent loss, very, very, very minor loss. I mean, that was definitely not what I was expecting with BA, but like I said, a very, very tiny loss. Then I had SPX. I'll go back to SPY so we can see SPY. I like seeing the VWAP. SPY trading in the dollar range again. I grabbed the 4250 puts at 340 at $1. I mean, I grabbed them at $3.40 at 1:19 p.m., which is right here. Now it popped up, quickly rejected. I grabbed it. They went from 340 to 340 to 430, 340 to 430, right there. So that was a quick little 90-cent move. I mean, just take it. I mean, it's staying in the range. It's not breaking down right here. I mean, it did break down for a split second and pop back up. It's not really breaking down and staying. It's doing false breakdowns and it get rebounding. So when it came down a lower day, I just got out. I mean, I don't know why I didn't take it here. I probably had enough of the chop at that point in time, because I was getting very frustrated that SPY was not doing anything. It wasn't breaking out. It wasn't breaking down. One or two stocks are breaking out. One or two stocks are breaking down. You literally had to pick the right stock to drop. Like Amazon, I think, was dropping hard when SPY was chopping, and you had to get lucky. I mean, that's just the way it is. Usually when the market goes sideways, that mostly everything does, or if the market drops, everything, a lot of the stocks do, and if it pops, a lot of stocks follow it. It's just been hit or miss. Majority of the stocks have been not following SPY for the last couple weeks, and it's been kind of very annoying. So yeah. Now, hopefully, this next week will be more volatile and not as choppy. I haven't checked the economic calendar for next week. I'm actually looking at that right now, even though it has really nothing to do with a recap. I don't really. Well, Powell's. Oh no, this is wrong. He already testified this week. Why does it show me? I need to see next week. Show me the current week. Okay, let's see. We got OPEC next week, which means it's going to be choppy again. Let's see. I don't really see anything. Just the normal stuff. Hopefully the Fed won't talk so much this week. I mean, just the Fed has just been crazy. Okay, back to the recap. Okay, let me pull up the thing again. Okay, now Friday, I had Roku puts. Roku was very, very shocking to deal with. I grabbed it right at open, popped up, and started to take off, came back down. So I stayed with it. I mean, as long as it stayed under this 431 area, this 430 area right in here, from Thursday and pre-market highs, I was fine with it. I'm still thinking at this point that Roku is going to have its $20, $30, even $40 drop. It's probably going to happen on Monday. I noticed that the stocks that end up having, like Tesla and Amazon, they end up having really big moves on Monday because options and premiums are very, very high, and they don't like to do these big moves on Fridays because I don't think market makers want to see these options go from $1 to $20 and people actually make money. I mean, God forbid if anybody makes money. So we'll probably end up seeing that on Monday. But anyways, I grabbed the 415 puts at $1.40, and they end up going down to $1.84. And just this pop up and down just kind of wrecked it a little bit. But if it actually just dropped right away and I timed it better, they probably would have gone 100%. But it's still a win, still 44 cents, so we can't complain about that. Then I had SPX. 42.75 puts at 10.43 right here. Now I'm looking at the SPY again. It's in the dollar range, rejecting right here. Actually, you know what? I'll bring it back to SPY so we can actually see the actual dollar range. Let's see, 42.50, 425.50, and it's at the 426.50, right at the dollar range, and it just came back down, and I grabbed it right there. So the 42.75 puts went from 370 to 480, so $1.10 move in that little drop right there. Then I ended up grabbing Disney. Disney did what Tesla did. I mean, it started to look weak and it looked like it was going to drop, and it instead of breaking down, it popped. And I grabbed it right here. But the Disney 177.50 puts were only 31 cents, very, very cheap, and the risk reward was there. Worst case is it goes to zero, and if it drops, it could go 100, 200% in a flash, because I grabbed it at 11.43 and it's at literally 177.60. So it's 10 cents out of going in the money. So if this dropped $1 or $2, those puts would have gone 100, 200% right there. But it didn't. It just dropped and it just popped. It just was very, very annoying that nothing is breaking down. Nothing is really breaking out. Just those 1 and 2 stocks, and guessing them is just more risk than anything. So whatever. So I ended up playing the range again on SPX for the last play of the day. I grabbed the 42.75 puts at $1.20 at 126. 126 is right here, right there. Now I grabbed them at $2.60. Now this little drop right here, they went from 260 to 340. I had a pretty decent size on it, thinking that we were going to break down. I sold 90% of my move, but I held a few. just a couple. And I just thinking we were going to get that massive drop. To me, it just looked like it was flattening out right here. And I looked like we were going to get that actually lower day drop, or even down to the previous day closes, which is this white line. But like I've been saying the entire recap, you take your money. I took 90% of my position right here in this drop. I kept just a couple just for YOLOs, and they just didn't work out. But the position I had ended up turning green overall, so happy about that, but not really. I really was hoping this would actually flush. I thought usually what happens is when you get these SPY tight ranges right here, you end up seeing a massive drop. I mean, you see them right here. You get a tight range. Well, it's not really tight range, but that's, of course I can't find one. But usually when you have a tight range after a long run, I mean, it went from 412 to 420. We'll even say it, yeah, 420. That you get these narrow ranges that we could see a nice drop, but it just didn't happen there. And another tight range right here, and I was thinking, okay, we didn't get this massive drop right here or here. We didn't get it here. It didn't break down. Didn't break down really much here. So I was thinking, okay, if it does break down right here, it's really going to catch some momentum. But it just didn't. So yeah, it kind of was a little annoyed with that. I really thought at the end of the day on Friday that they were gonna drop it, but that's why I kept the last few, and just didn't work out. But it is what it is. It probably end up dropping on Monday, but who knows? I mean, the action is really crazy. VIX is very, very low, and if you look at the weekly, I mean, VIX is down. I went under 15 for the first time since COVID. What was the low? 14, 19, almost went under 14, and the last time it was this low was back here in February 10th, 2020. I mean, it's getting really, really low. And what happens is VIX, if you don't know what VIX is, it measures volatility, and it acts like a coiled spring. So the more VIX gets compressed, the more it will pop with authority. It will just pop, like it will rage. I mean, it gets hammered, then it pops. It gets hammered, then it pops. It gets hammered, then it pops. It keeps doing that, and usually it does not get below 10. But I don't think it's been below 10. I mean, if it has, it hasn't been very long. So usually the buying area, it's anywhere from like 13 to 12 pre-COVID. But after COVID, anything under 20, it wouldn't go under 20 for the longest time. Then now 15 is the new 20. So maybe they try to crush VIX a little more, and VIX gets under the 14, 13 area. And if VIX gets under 12 or 13, SPY is going to take a nice dump, hopefully soon. And we'll have to see. It's going to need a catalyst, because if something doesn't scare the market, it's just going to keep going sideways and keep going up. So something needs to happen. Something will come. Some narrative will drop in the next few days or the next week or two that will scare the market, that the market will end up dropping 10, 15 points. So what it will be, no idea. That's just the whole part of trading. So I know I rambled a little bit about a couple things, but that's going to do it for the recap. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, because these take time to do, and this is the whole purpose of doing the videos, so you can understand the process and get better. And hope to see you in the room. Thanks for watching.